it's your girl Jay, and welcome to Weekly Wrap, a show where I talk about the hottest topics in K-pop out right now. Where today, 4minute. It's been a good run. So this week it was announced that 7-year group 4minute would be disbanding, alongside with the news that 4minute member Hyuna would be resigning with their label Cube Entertainment. Now, of course, this is really sad. I feel like they're like the 4th or 5th 2009 girl group to take a hit like this. And I don't know if you guys know this about me, but like the 2009-2010 line of girl groups is one of my favorite, alongside with the 2007 line. So like to see that all of them are like just kind of like, I want to say falling apart, but just going under such drastic changes, it like breaks my heart. Like, not to mention the fact that like groups that were just like babies when I first, got into K-pop are like just, going through all these things, and it just makes me think, am I getting too old? Am I too old for this? Now, while this is really sad and I want to be like, oh, this was such a surprise, like truthfully, I don't think we can act like we're all surprised. I mean, as much as I love them and love them as a group, I don't think you can ignore the fact that, progressively their stuff just wasn't hitting as hard as it used to. Not to mention, Jihyun literally warned us that this could happen. In a press conference for their last album, Act 7, she straight up said, "This album's success will have a huge impact on whether our members will re-sign a contract. That's why we're working on meetings with the company. This album has to do well so that we can do well." So with that, like, everyone kind of knew what the fate would be if Act 7 didn't do well, and it didn't really do that well. Now, what's interesting is that in the statement they said that they will choose not to re-sign. So that means that this disbandment seems like it's largely on the fact that the members didn't feel like it was worth going on, rather than Cube just kicking them to the curb. However, that's led to a lot of criticism I've been seeing against Hyuna, because like I said, it was announced that she would be resigning. And while I know like everyone would love to see like a BAP type situation where like if one member has a problem, they all have a problem and they all go out with a bang together, honestly, I can see why Hyuna would want to resign. I mean, even though the things that 4minute does as a group don't really seem to gain traction, Hyuna's solos always seem to go really well. And even though Cube seems like a mess right now when it comes to like the state of, their debt and how they handle their group's comeback, I feel like Hyuna is probably treated like a queen there, because like, first of all, she's one of the top sunbaes of the company, and second of all, she's one of the most successful artists under that company now. So they probably treat her very well. So what would really be the point of her shaking that up? But overall, I think the members just saw it as one of those things where, something's clearly not working, so why keep putting effort and things behind it? Just let it die, let it go to rest, and start something new. Because in my opinion, I don't think this means that the other 4minute members will just never see again. I just feel like they were just ready to close that chapter of their life, which honestly, looking at it, it's really mature. And despite how it might have ended, you have to admit that 4minute had a really good run, and like released some of my favorite K-pop songs during their time. So I wish all the members well with whatever they decide to pursue, and let's move on. So big hit entertainment group BTS's rise in popularity seems to be like steadily matched with controversy. So I don't want to totally get into it because it would just take way too long. I'll link you to all the articles and accusations down below. But basically, some K-pop fans have in the past accused BTS of stealing Big Bang's style, Big Bang's sound, and basically trying to clone themselves as a baby Big Bang and like shoehorn their way into that lane. The comparisons are always brought to light, and it's gotten to the point in my perspective where like VIPs and ARMY just don't want anything to do with each other, because anytime BTS and Big Bang are mentioned in the same article, it just incites mess. Me as both a VIP and an ARMY, I'm just like, guys, why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Up until then, a lot of people just saw it as people being haters. If you do happen to find that BTS and Big Bang's music is similar, Big Bang doesn't own that sound. And if you find that their fashion is similar, Big Bang doesn't own that fashion style. So a lot of people were just fed up with all the accusations that Big Hit was trying to just thirstily, latch BTS onto Big Bang. However, things took an interesting turn when K-pop fans noticed something peculiar about the music videos for Fire and Save Me uploaded to Big Hit's official channel, iBigHit. Now, under normal circumstances, you can't see the tags that are associated with YouTube videos. You used to be able to, but YouTube took that away a while ago. But using a specific Chrome extension, it was revealed that these two videos were tagged with Big Bang's name in both English and Hangul. Now, as a side note, Joe Kwan and 2AM are also tagged in these videos, but that might have more to do with the fact that they are both artists that are partially, I guess you would say, under Big Hit. But this started a whole mess where people felt that this was proof that Big Hit is indeed trying to align BTS and Big Bang as a way to get more attention. Now, I still call bleh with the clothes plagiarism and the song plagiarism accusations they get. However, you can't really deny that in this instance, they were literally using Big Bang to get views towards their video. If you guys don't know how tags work, basically things that are tagged the same way are just highly associated on YouTube. So maybe if you're watching like a Big Bang music video, because these two music videos are tagged with Big Bang, they're more likely to appear in the sidebar or in your recommended videos if you happen to watch a lot of Big Bang related content. Now, as somebody who is also thirsty for like viewership and things like that, I can kind of understand where they're coming from. I mean, I've never gotten to the point where I would just tag things that are totally unrelated to my videos, but I do like to push the button just to make sure anybody who may be interested in my video can see. And while I can see why people side-eye this, I feel like at the end of the day, that's it. I mean, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, I do find similarities between Big Bang and BTS. I mean, I'm a fan of both, and I don't think that's a coincidence. And I genuinely believe that somebody who enjoys Big Bang and their music could enjoy BTS. Not to mention that even if this does make it more likely for these two videos to show up in the related search content, nobody's forcing you, I guess, to click on the video, and I think it's pretty clear by like the thumbnail and the title that it's not a Big Bang video. So it's not like anyone's being tricked per se. But I can also see, since the actual video has nothing to do with Big Bang themselves, why people feel like the tags are very unnecessary. And if VIPs, you know, kindly ask Big Hit to untag Big Bang, I wouldn't see anything wrong with that. I mean, this video has nothing to do with Taeyeon, and that's a really popular, you know, K-pop idol. But if I tag this with Taeyeon, I could see why Taeyeon fans would get mad. But at the end of the day, you can kind of like tag or do what you want on YouTube, so I don't know how successful that will be. So the last topic of the day, it's about me. So you guys always yell at me, rightfully so, that I always just do random live streams and I never do them like specifically like on a day where everyone can come. So I'll be having a live stream on Thursday, June 16th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what that is in the other times, so you might want to like do the work, but I tried to have it like at a reasonable time. So come join me. You can ask me questions. We can talk about this, that, and the third. We can play games, and there may be a giveaway, y'all. So make sure you're all up in there. So that's it for this episode of Weekly Roundup. But as always, guys, I want to know what you think. How do you feel about 4minute calling it quits? And how do you feel about the fact that Hyuna decided to re-sign with Cube? Do you think there's anything shady about Big Hit tagging Big Bang in BTS's videos? That should be a tongue twister. Holy crap. And last but not least, will you be there for the live stream? You better. That's it for today, and see you next time on Weekly Wrap Up. Bye. 부터 어른해.